Before NFL free agency truly gets underway, we will have a new 7-round Cowboys mock draft for you here on the show. Obviously, much can and will change with free agency here just around the corner. We will have live coverage for you of NFL free agency and a ton of NFL draft rumors for a team that loves their picks and loves their guys. Hit that sub button if you haven't already for more free Cowboys YouTube videos, youtube.com/@CowboysTV. I used the PFN sim for this one because I thought that the early round picks were a little bit more accurate. Cam Ward goes 1, Abdul Carter goes 2, Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, Will Johnson, Ashton Genty goes 6, Mason Graham goes 7, Shamar Stewart goes 8, Tyler Warren goes 9, back-to-back offensive linemen, Will Campbell, Armand Membu, and that makes pick 12 kind of a no-brainer. Bring me T-Mac. Tetairoa McMillan, the wide receiver out of Arizona. The Cowboys secure a legitimate number 2 wide receiver who offers the size they don't really have as that quote-unquote wide receiver. At many points in the last 2 years for Arizona, playing with the only quarterback he's played with for really since grade school, the Arizona offense was F it, T-Mac down there somewhere. I do get some T. Higgins, Drake London, Nico Collins vibes. He moves very well for his size. The top-end speed is not elite. It's probably in the mid-4.5s. He can be a bit stiff. But for a player of his size, he moves very well. Adding him to your offense, and he offers far more yak than you'd expect, and he played some slot as well, I just think is a no-brainer. I'm not going to overthink this guy. Athletic testing notwithstanding, this is just a no-brainer for me. Other guys who were there, obviously all your other receivers, including but not limited to Luther Golden, or Matthew Golden, Luther Burden as well. Michael Williams, I think the Cowboys kind of like. Jalen Walker was there. I love Jahdae Barron, but for now, not going to go corner early. Josh Simmons was and Kelvin Banks too, were your next best offensive lineman. So let's say that T-Mac was the pick at number 12 overall. Give me your one-word reaction to that selection. Go to the pinned comment. Let me know right now in today's show. All right, some recent round 2 picks. So we get to the second round here. Tate Ratledge is gone. Isaiah Bond. Marion Hampton goes. Honestly, I'll say this. If Hampton fell beyond round 1, I might move up to the top of round 2 to get him. My picks are an issue there, but I would consider it. Xavier Watts, Donovan Ezeraku there. I wanted to go realistic, so let me go with the Blue Star Special. Shavon Revel, the cornerback out of ECU, a very talented player who I think would have been a round 2 pick if he hadn't torn his ACL early in this past season's draft. Or past season, I should say. If he's healthy, that's a steal. Now, he got beat for some big plays this past year, but you can also go back to the 2023 stats, and it's awesome. 44.2%, 250 yards. He is a classic outside corner. He was playing out of his mind. He's a good tackler, by the way. He doesn't miss very many tackles, has an elite story. He couldn't touch the combine. He is a plus athlete as well. He allowed some chunk plays, but he's got some good size. At times, I want his head to get around the ball better. This is a Cowboys Blue Star Special that solidifies your cornerback room on the outside. It's a great value in the middle of round 2, or early mid of round 2, I should say. Now, some others who were on the board in that second round. Donovan Jackson. No Hampton, but Caleb Johnson was there. I am gambling that a back falls to me in the third. I will acknowledge that. Ariante Ursary. Jack Sawyer, another corner. Trey Amos was there. Benjamin Morrison went first, but I also strongly considered Benjamin Morrison in this range as well. Now, today's show is made possible by Tushy, the modern bidet. Whenever I get snipped, I am going to do it around March Madness. Maybe a bit after for free agency purposes, but I'll do it so I can have a sacred time of yelling at the TV while we're recovering from elective surgery. And the Tushy bidet will help make my life a little bit easier. The Tushy bidet is the modern bidet that instantly transforms your bathroom habits and bottom health for life. And Aura is the luxury bidet that turns toilet seat into La Dolce Vita. It is Tushy's brand new electric bidet with an auto-open lid and seats, instant warm water that never runs cold, and UV sterilization for next-level hygiene. Aurora by Tushy instantly and easily attaches to your existing toilet without the additional need for plumbing. Instead of wiping with TP, Tushy pristinely removes 99% of bacteria while protecting your natural skin barrier with one natural ingredient: fresh water. It takes like 10 minutes to complete, and literally, and we can do it even now, 3-year-old baby Olivia. Gives you 2-in-1 benefits: less irritation, no micro tears, while soothing water instead of itchy scratch toilet paper or damaging wet wipes. Reclaim your comfort zone in the bathroom. For a limited time, you guys get 10% off your first bidet order when you use code CHAT at checkout. That's 10% off your first bidet order at hellotushy.com/chat with promo code CHAT. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. That's hellotushy.com/chat. All right, some recent round 3 picks: Carson Switzinger and Alfred Collins, who I would like to get Collins in the third. I think it'd be a good pick if you addressed running back previously. Will Howard, Jared Wilson, TJ Sanders, but I got lucky in this sim. TreVeyon Henderson fell to me in the 3rd round. Explosive, big play runner who will be best in a rotation, whether that's, Rico Dowdle or whatever. I love the idea of Henderson or Judkins or whoever falling in the 3rd round. I got lucky. I don't know if they will. Henderson was awesome this year. This was the best version of Henderson that we saw since his freshman season. Keep his pitch count down. Don't give him 250 carries. Let him be explosive. 4.43 40-yard dash while being above 200 pounds and great vert and broad jumps. He's a gifted athlete. And you go watch any college football playoff game. You don't even need the All-22. Watch the highlights even, and you can see what he offers. So what round, because I think they will, what round do you think the Cowboys will end up drafting a running back? Let me know in the comments section of today's show. I didn't really consider another back another player beyond a back in the 3rd round, but Mason Taylor was there, Kyle Kennard, and assuming guys like Tez Johnson, Omar Norman Lott and his hilarious neck was there in the 3rd round. Barrett Carter was there, but I gotta wait until the 5th round. None of those guys made it, but Jeffrey Bassa, the linebacker out of Oregon, did. Now, I think his best fit in the NFL is as a weak side linebacker. We can kind of run, chase, and pursue. I thought he impressed at the Senior Bowl. I think he's done some very good things in his college career at Oregon. I think he can even be a better pro than he was at college. And the 4.63 40-yard dash with, not the best arm length, but not bad either. 31 and 3/8 arms. It's not bad at all. Not the biggest guy, but I want someone to help me out as a backup linebacker, assuming I sign somebody, and help out right away on special teams. Bassa can do that. I also want a developmental 3 technique, assuming I draft a nose or sign a nose guard to help out Mozzie Smith. I'm going to go young, old. Aeneas Peebles. I am a fan of his game. And in fact, in many ways, kind of reminds me of Oso Odighizuwa. He's undersized. He's not that big. He's kind of light, but he is productive. He gets pressures, even if he's not the best finisher. In the fifth round, I'm all for this. He's not very big. He's 6 foot, 282, short arms, but he is a good athlete. Kind of overcame undersized profiles with his combine testing. Day 3, I'm all in on that one. The vibe I get is the Cowboys would like to draft a quarterback. Will one fall? Who's to say? Dillon Gabriel in the 5th round, though, I'm on board with that one. In many ways, he kind of does remind me of a more athletic Kellen Moore. Lefty QB, a lot of experience, successful at the collegiate ranks, but just doesn't have the physical traits. But he's a gamer. who fits a West Coast offense, who I saw push the ball downfield more at Oklahoma than did it at Oregon. Now, he had real issues against Ohio State. That's fine. The arm is very middling at best. He's not very big. He is extremely undersized. But as a backup, I can make this work. So will the Cowboys draft a QB this year? Why for yes and for no? Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Another fifth-round pick, got a lot of them. Clay Webb, who some might view as a center. I think he can still play guard. He's mostly left guard for Jacksonville State. I think offers depth on the interior of the offensive line. Good run blocker. Didn't get beat that much in pass protection. Does, again, have some physical limitations. 32-inch arms is not great. But he had great athletic testing. Again, there was a reason why Georgia signed him coming out and then went to Jacksonville State. He could have jumped to the FBS level again, but he chose to stay there. And I give him some credit for that one, too. I think depth on the offensive line is if you can get that in the 5th round, that is a good pick. Haven't addressed edge yet. How about Barron Sorrell, the edge out of Texas? I think he is an underrated pass rusher. I don't know if he gets to the 6th round. The PFN sim, I think, on day 3 kind of got a little crazy. But the nice part about playing 16 games is it's a better comparison for NFL life. 44 tackles, 11 TFLs, 6 sacks. I think he is solid against the run and solid against as a pass rusher too. He's not that big. The arm length isn't great, but he has some good explosive traits and some agility as well. The 6th round, be all on board with that one. I don't know where Taj Brooks goes. One of these backs have to fall. So F it. Let's take Taj Brooks in the 7th round. Whether you bring back Rico or not, maybe you can give him the practice squad too if you want to. This is a great long-term fit with TreVeyon Henderson. Taj Brooks has been one of the most productive backs in college football over the past 2 years. And my big concern for Brooks at 5'9", 214, he kind of shed some weight for the combine, was, is he fast enough? I was, in a positive way, shocked by his testing. 4.52 40-yard dash is awesome. The agility testing was shockingly great. I moved up Brooks on my board from like kind of mid-late day 3 to like early day 3 because that testing was a lot better than what I thought it was going to be. I'll go back and rewatch, but I feel more comfortable with him now. So to recap the Cowboys mock draft: T-Mac, Shavon, Revel, TreVeyon Henderson, Jeffrey Bassa, Aeneas Peebles, Dillon Gabriel, Clay Webb, Barron Sorrell, and Taj Brooks. The Sims are the Sims. I am limited by what's available and what's not available. I want you to grade this Cowboys mock draft. A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comments section of today's show. Go vote right now.